Wait, speaking of eras, man, listen. The almighty suspect era at No Jumper.
That's what I was going to transition.
It has been over with, allegedly.
What happened?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now, listen,
right?
I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, I don't know why. Like, just assume that I'd be seeing all this still. And it's like, sometimes I definitely be tapping in. Like,
I had time to see it this week.
It's funny. It's funny just like it was when we were still there. Sometimes it was funny. You feel me? So, like, I'll see random for sure. But this one just came across my timeline and, like, I didn't see when the original fight happened, but I saw the reaction videos. And I don't know, bro. Just being somebody who worked there, who's like, I've had certain seeds like implanted into my head about how to act on camera and like that. So it's hard for me to like, I take all this with a grain of salt, basically is what I'm trying to say. I be feeling like a lot of it is a play, a lot of it be set up. You see how as soon as the spin on the Brandon hops up and then the camera they just turn the camera off. And it's like, how did y'all, who planned to turn the camera off that fast?
Okay, so from my standpoint, because I seen what the Brandon dude had to say after he was talking to Rich Trapper or whatever, and I seen what he had to say after. It didn't seem like a play. It didn't seem like a play at all. I'm not even, like, no, but it didn't seem like a play at all, but I feel you. I feel like it was.
It's hard to like, believe anything like
because the security guard was smaller than the actual. He could have bulldozed the niggas.
But that don't mean that he even wanted to do all that on camera. Yeah. But once a nigga spits at you,
and
then Almighty was claiming that the spit landed on him too.
No, it did. They got him in 4K.
Yeah, if anybody ever spits on me, that's like, I don't know. I feel like you black out. I don't know.
Did my boy really have a thing? They calling a nigga all knifey suspect.
Oh my god, bro!
I think that's what they say.
You know, the thing is, whenever you start, dancing to the tune of the crowd, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that's when you put yourself in a tricky situation because you want to be respected, you want to have self-respect. And you also want to have self-respect while maintaining the respect of the viewership, you know? But
it's definitely one of those things where I feel like that altercation was fueled by the comments and people like, taking too much pride in what other people were saying about about their first altercation. And to be honest, it was a lot of moving variables, like something about, they was hitting Almighty up and he didn't get the text because he got a new number. And that Almighty didn't know that he was gonna be on the show until the morning of, and like all of that, which like I understand, but it's like I don't know.
I don't know if you know you're gonna be on live and you're gonna be talking shit, and then this dude y'all might get into some.
That nigga's a real MMA like.
You can't be pulling out knives online, though, gang. That's like dangerous, bro.
Question: Does this have anything to do?
Which one would be more embarrassing, getting fired from No Jumper or getting slept on camera by this big MMA ass nigga? Which one is worse?
Shit, I think getting fired, because at least if you get slept, at least you got a job still.
So you could low-key run the Yuri play if you get slept.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'd much rather get fired. Getting slept on camera, the host bringing a girl on a first date. Oh my god, wasn't this you?
No, you ain't got no. You ain't gonna have no host. You got no job. You got no job.
God damn it!
You got no goddamn job.
Hey, wait, I'll get a new job.
Chat, which one is worse? Getting fired for whipping out the knife and like.
Allegedly.
Yeah, like getting fired for standing on business or getting slept on camera. Which one is worse? And I'm not even saying Almighty was like definitely gonna get slept, but I'm saying the nigga's like a trained fighter. He probably got 100-something pounds on Almighty.
Getting fired.
And he just looks swole, like pause. Like
how does everyone know he's a fighter? Does he have like a highlight reel?
No, he's like a professional
he
fighter,
does,
bro.
and he does,
Professional?
Yeah, he's like
on YouTube and shit.
he like trains like and all that shit. Bro, even my roommate was like, bro, like I know that guy from my friend's gym. Like he's crazy.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God.
That guy's always spitting on people.
Bro, not this is like in the fight world lore, not local.
They said getting slept on camera.
No.
Hell no, y'all lying.
Y'all
bro.
sound hella bold.
Bro, and y'all sound like y'all are just like glazing to still be on No Jumper. Like, what the fuck?
No,
you get knocked out on camera?
Yeah,
I can never get fired from No Jumper.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's crazy.
Fuck?
Bro.
Have some...
I mean, at least fight back, but if you win some, lose some.
You can fight back.
No,
that's
though.
not the...
See, look, that's what I'm saying. Like, it was a perfect storm for some bullshit to happen because it's like Almighty has already gotten into fights on camera before behind a nigga calling him a bitch. But Almighty did start it first. Allegedly, he called him a nigga first. Called him a bitch first. But I don't know, gang. It's like I fuck with Almighty. I feel like Almighty's hilarious.
I fuck with Almighty.
I do think that at this point, because there's just so much random shit going on that, like, you know, it's like,
Bro, y'all never got the chat never got their ass beaten at shows.
yeah, clearly, right?
Y'all never got your ass beaten at shows.
They say he's not a professional fighter. He's zesty as fuck.
Okay, so
you can
I
say that
wanna
he's
transition.
zesty, but that doesn't take a fact.
Does
take
this
away
have
from
anything to
whipping
do
you out.
with the Aaron the plumber doxing the no jumper shit?
No.
Great
Aaron the plumber
transition,
docs no
but
jumper?
Did
I saw that.
anything
There's a
ever
transition, but I did see
did
that.
anything ever happen fight wise because of that?
I mean,
he
bro,
docs no jumper. I mean,
Yeah.
it's already
yeah, he
been,
like posted it on his story. But gang, do you know how many people know?
address.
You know how many people know that address every time
I
they
think you
move
can like
offices?
Google it now at this point.
Bro, at this point, this is like the 5th office, and niggas always know where it is. Cause
Yeah.
So did that lead to anything? You know, I don't be paying attention.
it's too many people that get invited. They go in and out for
Yeah.
multiple people not to have the address.
And then
bro.
somebody can be like, "Hey, where that shit at?" They can be like, "Oh, it's over here."
Oh,
And then
yeah,
that
like,
person
oh
goes
yeah,
out.
oh yeah. I dropped the homie off there when he had the interview. Or
that was over there, nigga. And then that next person gonna tell the next person.
But that's why I don't be believing none of this. Like they be having niggas in house beefing that like certain niggas that are not supposed to be there on the same days and shit like that. And it's like, how do you like?
I think that they're at least aware. Well, you would think so, but they're at least aware they're on camera, and they're like, okay, this could all be tied back to me. 'Cause, I mean, that's my perspective, and
that like
you
the whole premises is on camera.
I feel
it
like
does go to show to you that like the people who engage with the content on the internet who just know us through like a camera lens, they're not the ones that are gonna pull up. It's very far and few between people. It's maybe like 1 in every 100,000 people who know that address who go out there maliciously.
yeah.
It's been like a handful of accounts. Like, I think people genuinely have some general respect for public addresses. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
It depends. I think like
No,
you
that shit
said,
got tagged on last month.
no, I think like you said, the most important part is knowing that it can be tied back to you and it's on camera as fuck.
Yeah.
So maybe motherfuckers is not too
Because-
eager to just
and-
jump out
and
the window and do something stupid.
And this time I'm gonna jump off the window and go into this next topic because